What's up, guys? I'm Cody Brockway, and you are back here for another episode of Brockway's Vinyl Bites. And today on Brockway's Vinyl Bites, we are talking about the 10 best album covers from Hipgnosis. Now, if you don't know who Hipgnosis were, that was a duo in the 70s, Aubrey Powell and Storm.
What? Did I just hear hypnosis?
That scared the heck out of me.
Move over.
Oh, look who it is.
I have to do this. You can't do this topic without me.
Okay, well, welcome, Tara O'Reilly from Spin in Prague. Hello, baby.
Hello.
So, if you don't know who Hipgnosis were, thanks for making my heart jump. If you don't know who Hipgnosis were, in the 70s, they were a duo that did album covers for all sorts of bands all across the map. So it's Storm Thorgerson and Aubrey Powell. And of course, they split up, and then Storm Thorgerson was very famous on his own, as was Aubrey Powell. But we're talking about the records that they did together in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And some of the most iconic album covers of all time. So, Tara's back on the channel for the first time in a very long time. I better see some love for Tara in the comments. You guys better say some nice stuff, or else. Or else. So, one thing that we did here was, like, yes, these albums are great, but we also were like, okay, even if they're not our favorite albums, we still base this on the covers alone.
Yeah.
So, that leads me to want to know what you guys pick as well. Tell us in the comments what your favorite Hipgnosis album covers are, and we're going to start off with Tara right now.
Yeah, like, not that we discussed this beforehand and came up with lists. Me trying to make a dramatic entrance, but this was totally planned.
Oh.
Anyway, yeah, so we came up with 5 each, which was very difficult. So this album is my first pick. Quark, Strangeness and Charm by Hawkwind.
Yeah.
Actually, the picture, so I'm just going to hold up the album so you can see what I'm talking about. The picture here was taken in Battersea Power Station, which is the building featured on the cover of Animals by Pink Floyd. And this is one of the control rooms inside. And they obviously did their editing and stuff to make it look a lot more space rockish than it does. But yeah, I think it's an awesome cover.
It is.
And you can actually go to this very room and have a cocktail in a cup that is in the shape of this synchroscope here while you sit beside said synchroscope. So highly recommend if you're ever in London, go and do that.
Did you do that?
Yes, I did.
That's amazing. That is so cool. That is so cool. Okay, what do I want to do next? I'll do one that got drawn on for me by the drummer when I met him back in 2019. That's right, Hipgnosis were responsible for this amazing album cover. Emerson, Lake and Palmer Trilogy. Yeah, I met Carl, and he signed it. Pretty cool. And not only the front album cover, but the middle. I love this image where it's like...
Bit of an Omagoma-esque image on the inside there.
Oh, did we reference something that's coming up in a little while?
Oops.
Oopsies. Yeah, no, this is a great album cover, and just the way that it kind of... Like this painting is just so really nice.
It is, but do you think Greg Lake had them doctor it a little bit just for his part?
Maybe.
Do you think there would have been a bit more of a chin there, realistically?
If this picture was 20 years later, maybe. I got that covered for him.
Sorry, but yeah, that looks like Keith Emerson and Carol Palmer, but Greg Lake, that looks like a dolly in the middle. Do you know what I mean?
It does look like him, though.
It does, but it doesn't. You know?
Well, anyway, that's my pick, and I got a few more, and Tara's going to mention her next one.
Yes, my next one is the Alan Parsons Project with iRobot.
Great
and
cover.
I think this cover is awesome. Like, look at that. It's very futuristic. Like, I've never looked into how they actually got this image to look the way it does, but I think it's fabulous. The way they even got the robot to look like this while also using, like, you know, the screw here and the nails as eyes and the spring as his neck. It's just really, really odd. And, you know, the escalators with the tubes over them look like the tube technology that, like, you know, would have been talked about in TV shows and stuff back then. So I think this is just fabulous. I really, really love this cover.
That's a great album too.
It is,
It really
but
is.
This was not about the music, it was about the covers.
I know. And to prove that it's not about the music, we're going to mention this one. Everyone's favorite Pink Floyd album.
Jesus, that was a bit brutal now. Sorry, guys. I know you all secretly think that, though.
Well, here's the thing about this. The live portion is excellent.
It is, yeah.
And there's moments on the studio portion that get a pass, but several species of small furry animals gathered together in a cave and grooving with a pick is what throws off the whole shebang there. So we're not talking about the music, we're talking about the fact that this cover is absolutely fantastic, and how it's a mirror inside of a mirror inside of a mirror, but each image is different. And I think even further on you can see David Gilmour just laying there with his legs up. So cool. But yeah, it's like David Gilmour's in the front, Roger Waters in the front, and Nick Mason, Richard Wright, so on and so forth. It's an excellent cover.
Yeah, it's very cool.
It really is. And the back too. And okay, actually, so this drum kit made by Premier was actually up for viewing in the Pink Floyd art exhibition that I went and saw a few years ago.
Oh,
It was this exact drum kit. Like it would have been the kit that he was playing, like the actual one. Very cool. And what's the inside? Oh yeah, pretty cool. But the front cover takes the cake.
Yes, it does.
And it's from one of my favorite bands too. I love Pink Floyd.
Oh yeah.
I love you.
I love you. Alright, my next one is Melt by Peter Gabriel. Just give it its moment here.
I almost picked that.
It was hard for me to choose between this and Scratch.
Yeah.
Because I think they're both really kind of prominent album covers. You know, like if you see these up on a shelf in the middle of a load of other albums, your eyes are immediately going to go for them because it's so like, whoa, what is that? It just goes to show how Storm and Aubrey like pioneered that kind of Photoshop technique thing, you know, and they really like they showed that on A Saucer Full of Secrets by Pink Floyd. That was like the first kind of Photoshop thing that they did, and yeah, the way they kind of started doing it to pictures and stuff, you know, like people didn't really catch on to that for years and years, but they were doing it all along, and it really shows with that. Like, that's awesome. Super cool. I love this cover.
Absolutely. I actually have a book. Tara, would you mind describing that book really quickly for me, please, and thanks? I actually got this book at the Pink Floyd art exhibition a few years ago, and it's the complete Hipgnosis catalog. And it basically shows, not basically, it definitely shows every record that they worked on together throughout their whole career. So naturally we were going through this, and we were finding these, like, look, Band on the Run, lots of amazing things, UFO Phenomenon, like just all over the map. And we happened to be listening to this earlier on, before we had this idea. And of course, this was a Tara choice. Tara.
Tara.
Tara. Oh yeah. But yeah, 10cc Deceptive Bends. I love this record, and Tara actually heard this for the first time today.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the beginning of this book, sorry if you don't mind me going a little bit long here, there's photos of how this album cover kind of came about. Yeah, see there. So there's the photo of Eric Stewart and Graham Goldman in the space uniforms. And a lot of write-up about the cover.
They're not space uniforms, they're diving suits.
Oh yeah, okay. Well, it looks like a space helmet. It looks like a astronaut's. Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, I guess hence the big body of water behind, right? But so it showed that this album cover was just them standing here with this cap on, holding the woman, and all of this was just a green screen backdrop.
Yeah.
Very cool, and would have been the same deal for here.
Yeah.
I love this record. My God, such a good album. But yeah, 10cc, amazing album cover. They did all the key albums of 10cc in the 70s, but this is probably the most like elaborate one. They're all very elaborate, but I just really like this one. Very cool.
Right, well that leads me into my next pick, because as good as they were at like editing pictures and making them look realistic and all, they could also take their idea and actually just do it without any editing or anything. So here they took a stuntman and actually lit him on fire numerous times to get this picture. I can't remember the stuntman's name for the life of me right now, but he actually passed away recently enough, unfortunately. But
and it wasn't from Third Degree Burns.
To actually live on and have a legacy through an album cover like this is legendary. So I mean, he left behind something incredible here. And I mean, I heard they lit him on fire, I think 8 times, trying to get the picture.
Oh my God.
And he actually, like, he didn't get burned or anything the whole time. He was good at his job, you know. But it's a really fantastic cover. I love it. You know, it kind of looks simple, but highly effective. And I know it wasn't simple, but like as an image, it is, because they're just standing in this empty lot, and next thing you know, there's a dude on fire just casually shaking hands with another guy. It's awesome.
The back cover,
and the back
too.
cover as well is fabulous. For some reason, it reminds me of old English TV, like The Avengers or The Prisoner. If you can see what I mean he's wearing an outfit like Mr. Steed from The Avengers, but he has no face, which is very like The Prisoner. So yeah, really, really cool stuff.
I am not a number.
Awesome. Yeah, no, don't get me started on that show. It was terrifying. Alright, your turn.
Okay, so where do I go from here? Where do we go from here? My next pick here is the Band on the Run album. It's a great album. And not only that, but the cover's awesome. I mean, the fact that it's like the band running through a dark alleyway, and then all of a sudden a light shines on them and they're caught. You know, they're like caught red-handed. And it's just a really fantastic album. And, you know, you can hear the songs and envision this cover in your head, and that look from Paul.
Yeah.
You know, tremendous. Love this record, too. And the back cover is really awesome with this sort of, what is this, like an airplane arrival? And
it's an itinerary.
Yeah. So there's all this cool, like, elaborate stuff back here where you can read everything on the itinerary, and all 3 members of Wings at the time.
And there's a few random people on the cover as well, isn't there? It's not just all the band.
Oh yeah, no, it's mostly not the band, actually.
Yeah.
The only band members here is Paul, Linda, and Denny.
Yeah.
Everybody else is just like crew and, you know,
famous
probably
people.
even, yeah. Pretty cool. Band on the Run, Paul McCartney and Wings.
Yeah. Alright, my last pick, and I didn't just pick this because it was taken in Ireland. I actually really am, like, obsessed with this. So Houses of the Holy by Led Zeppelin, which was taken on the Giant's Causeway in Northern Ireland, which is like a fabulous geographic location. The 2 kids, you know, I think the way they made them look like aliens is incredible. The poses, the various poses they got them to do, and then edited like them in numerous times. I think it's fabulous. And then we have this picture on the inside, which is actually, I think it's the children's dad holds up the little girl, and they're standing up on a hill. It's just near the Giant's Causeway. It's an old ruin of a castle, and they get the dad to hold her up like that. I think it's fabulous, so gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, no, this side is my favourite because I think it's just so odd and so cool.
It is.
You don't see things like that anymore, you know. And yeah, that's awesome.
Great album too.
Yep.
And the last pick of the afternoon, or the evening, whatever time you're watching this, is this amazing record. T-Rex. This is, of course, the original master recording version, or the Mobile Fidelity Sound Lab. Same deal. But Mark Bolan on the cover, and the way it's outlined with this sort of sepia like color with the blackness in the middle.
Make it look electric, like it's awesome. It's like the power from the amplifier is transferring onto him.
Absolutely, and it just gives you like this vibe, like especially if you never heard the album before and you sit down and listen to it, it just gives you like this really different like sort of feel to the music. And it really just, you know, the whole package with the music and the cover really elevates the whole listening experience for this record. And so, yeah, T-Rex, Electric Warrior. I love the album, obviously. I mean, I could go on about the songs, but I won't. It's a great record. You should have it if you don't. These are all great records. This was a lot of fun to do. And thanks to Tara for actually coming up with this idea. This was really awesome. So you know what you can do now is, if you don't have any of these records, you can go out and buy them.
You probably do have them. They're all pretty like staple albums.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't listened to Ummagumma in a while, go back and check it out again. You can like and subscribe to Brockway's Vinyl Bites. You can also comment your favorite Hipgnosis album covers. And then you can go like and subscribe to Spin in Prague right here on YouTube.
If you want.
They want. They want. I know what they want. And that's what they want. So thank you guys for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. And we'll see you next time right here on Brockway's Vinyl Bites. Rock on!